Kendrick Lamar isn't your typical rapper. While many artists flaunt their wealth with flashy cars and jewelry, Kendrick takes a different path, one that's focused on purpose over possessions. So how did he quietly build a $140 million empire without the usual rap star flex? Let's break it down. His journey wasn't easy. Born in 1987 in Compton, he grew up surrounded by gang violence and poverty. His parents left Chicago for a better life, but money was tight. They sometimes slept in cars, motels, or parks, relying on welfare. His dad worked multiple jobs, and his mom did what she could. But in Compton, danger was everywhere. By 5, Kendrick had already witnessed his first murder. Kendrick's love for music started early. His dad played old-school hip-hop for him as a baby, and by 4, he was glued to the TV watching Eazy-E. At 9, he saw Tupac and Dr. Dre filming California Love in his neighborhood. He had no idea he'd one day carry on Tupac's legacy. A quiet, observant kid, Kendrick soaked in everything around him. But it wasn't until 7th grade, thanks to a poetry assignment from his teacher, Mr. Inge, that he discovered his gift for words. Kendrick hadn't prepared, so he scribbled something down 10 minutes before class. While most got C's and D's, he got an A, and that's when he realized he had a gift for storytelling. Writing quickly turned into rapping. In secret, he filled pages with lyrics about life in Compton, his parents unaware they weren't homework. By high school, he was all in on music. At Centennial High, where Dr. Dre once studied, he met Dave Free, a local DJ who hosted rap battles. That connection would change everything. When Dave heard Kendrick's rap, he was blown away. He invited him to record at his home studio, and that's when Kendrick took his first real steps into the music world. At 16, Kendrick dropped his first mixtape, Hub City Threat Minor of the Year, under the name K-Dot. It got some local buzz and caught the attention of Top Dog Entertainment. Founder Anthony Top Dog Tiffith saw his potential and signed him, making him the label's second artist after J-Rock. Kendrick kept grinding, releasing mixtapes like Training Day and C4, still searching for his true voice. Then, in 2010, everything changed. His project Overly Dedicated dropped, and Ignorance is Bliss caught Dr. Dre's attention. Dre's manager played it for him, and soon Kendrick got a call. At first, he thought it was a prank, until he realized his big break had finally arrived. In 2011, Kendrick dropped Section .80, an independent album that turned heads. His raw storytelling and deep lyrics set him apart. He wasn't just rapping, he was saying something real. That same year, he had a career-defining moment. On stage with Snoop Dogg, The Game, and Corrupt, Snoop crowned him the new king of the West Coast. It was clear, Kendrick's time was here. With Dr. Dre as his mentor, he signed with record labels Aftermath and Interscope, wasting no time on his next project, one that would change hip-hop forever. In 2012, Kendrick dropped Good Kid M.A.A.D. City, his first major label album. It was more than just music, it was a movie in song form, telling the story of his teenage years in Compton. Tracks like Swimming Pools, Bitch, Don't Kill My Vibe, and Money Trees became massive hits. The album was a huge success, debuting at #1, 2 on the Billboard 200, and selling over 242,000 copies in the first week. It later went triple platinum, but more than the numbers, Good Kid M.A.A.D. City made a real impact. It showed the world that Kendrick wasn't just another rapper, he was a storyteller, a poet, and a voice for the people. By 2018, it had sold over 1.7 million copies in the US and was certified triple platinum. Even more impressive, the album stayed on the Billboard 200 chart for over 10 years, something no other hip-hop studio album had ever done before. With this success came big money opportunities. Kendrick landed endorsement deals with brands like Reebok and Nike, but unlike many artists, he's very selective about who he works with. He doesn't just sign deals for a paycheck, he partners with brands that align with his values and message. For example, his collaboration with Nike's Cortez wasn't just about shoes, it was a nod to his Compton roots and the culture he grew up in. This careful approach has kept his brand authentic and made his endorsements even more powerful. His next albums only took his influence to new heights. In 2015, To Pimp a Butterfly sold over 1 million copies and earned a platinum certification. It also did huge numbers on streaming platforms. In 2016, he reportedly made up to $1.2 million in a single day from Spotify streams alone. Then came Damn in 2017, which took things even higher. It debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200, selling 603,000 copies in its first week. The album featured massive hits like Humble, DNA, and Love. And by 2018, it had sold over 1 million copies. But the biggest achievement? Damn won the Pulitzer Prize for Music in 2018, the first time a hip-hop album had ever received that honor. By this point, Kendrick was one of the greatest rappers of all time, and his net worth had soared past $75 million. He wasn't just making music, he was making history. In 2018, Kendrick took on a new challenge, curating and producing the Black Panther movie soundtrack. The album included hits like All the Stars with SZA and was a huge success. It even earned him an Academy Award nomination. But after that, Kendrick stepped away from music for a while, choosing to focus on his personal life and family. As his wealth grew, Kendrick made smart real estate investments. In 2013, he bought a 3,500 square foot home in Eastvale, California for $523,400, which he later sold in 2021 for $825,000, making a solid profit. Then, in 2017, he purchased a 5,400 square foot house in Calabasas for $2.65 million. His biggest moves came in later years. In 2019, he spent $9.7 million on a modern mansion in Manhattan Beach. Then, in 2023, he expanded to the East Coast, buying an $8.6 million penthouse in Brooklyn with over 3,000 square feet of indoor space and 2,000 square feet of outdoor space. Kendrick's biggest real estate purchase came in May 2024, when he dropped $42 million on a massive estate in Brentwood, Los Angeles. The property includes a 16,000 square foot main house and a 3,400 square foot guest house. These real estate deals haven't just been homes for Kendrick, they've been smart investments that have helped grow his long-term wealth. In 2022, Kendrick made a big comeback with Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, an album that got deep into topics like mental health, personal struggles, and fatherhood. His Big Steppers tour ran from June 2022 to March 2024 and made about $110.9 million, making it one of the highest-grossing rap tours ever. Then came 2024, and Kendrick found himself in one of the biggest rap beefs in history with Drake. He dropped the track Not Like Us, which was not only a diss track aimed at Drake, but it was also a song which explored themes of self-identity, societal expectations, and the complexities of success. The track broke streaming records and sent shockwaves throughout the hip-hop world. To make things even bigger, he threw the pop-out concert in Los Angeles, where he performed the song multiple times in front of a hyped-up crowd. The feud only made him more famous, proving once again that he was at the top of the game. By 2025, Kendrick's net worth is estimated to be $140 million, thanks to his music career, massive tours, brand deals, and smart real estate investments. But his influence goes beyond just music. In 2025, he made history by headlining the Super Bowl halftime show, becoming the first solo rap artist to do so. Plus, his fashion collaborations have made a huge impact, boosting sales and visibility for the brands he works with. Kendrick Lamar's journey shows that real success comes from patience, smart decisions, and staying true to your values. He built wealth through hard work, strategic investments, and careful brand choices, proving that long-term vision beats quick money. His story is a reminder that financial freedom isn't about how much money you make, it's about how wisely you use it. If Kendrick's story inspired you to think bigger about wealth and success, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the minds of the world's wealthiest people. Drop a comment below. What's the biggest lesson you've learned from Kendrick?